Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back to Anno 1800. We're jumping right into the thick of it and having a fun with some upgrading here. Before I do that, I just want to point out, if you're interested in role-playing RPGs, might have a look at my second channel, NivariasRPG, where we're playing Starfield right now and having a blast. And we continue with the upgrading. Before we completely upgrade all of these, I want to check one more thing, and that is over here in my shipyard, and that is the SMS Schleswig-Holstein. This is actually a ship we could probably build soon, and it's actually really strong too. 13,000 hit points and 277 damage per second. Just take that in comparison, that's more than twice as much as a battleship. Way more actually than a battleship. For starters, let's build that battleship. It's going to take a while anyway for this to finish, right? That's our first battleship then. And I would also like to work on that Schleswig-Holstein here. This needs brass and filaments. Both of them we actually have already. The filament production, let's check it out, is actually a bit negative, and the brass is a bit positive. I wonder why we don't have any brass in stock though, if we have a surplus of 3, because that's just quite a lot, right? And still it is actually at 0 here. So either way, there is something capping somewhere, or it's not completely right. We do have zinc. Oh, we don't have any copper anymore. Let's build the next brass smeltery already though, and then just check our copper mines, because I'm pretty sure, even if I have built them already... No, there is still one more here. Very good, so we can do this for sure. Let's go ahead and have us a warehouse over there, and then also a... how should we do this? Yeah, something like that, right? I don't wanna... Let's have it over there. I don't wanna waste that cute area here with a bridge though, right? So we're not going to do this. With that, we have now... Do we have all 5 of them? No, there's still one more we can do. So let's check it out. Over there it is. Let's also go ahead and build that copper mine. We do need to make a connection here. See that we can make this work. Where is the warehouse here? It's over there. Should be fine, right? Copper mines are not that fast, producing only 2 per minute, so with that we can get cracking here with that distance. It's absolutely fine. I have now all of them. Zinc mines, there's only 3 available really, and I might actually want to bump them up here. It's worker happiness though, and the workers are already really angry with us. We do have... actually it's not really from that. Nah, furnace is here a bit at 15% still, and nothing here is really doing it with the happiness, right? What's the problem? Is it perhaps services that is missing? Oh, they don't have a church at all. So these guys here, for example, do need a chapel. I'm just glad that we looked this up. And there is this, yeah, we can actually just have a cute chapel, I would say here. I mean, it's a bit further outside, but we do have it a bit closer in here. Let's actually do this in here. That's a bit more efficient, right? Having it then in here. This should definitely fix something, because that's a lot of people here. Where else would we need something? They actually all look pretty happy to me. Might also be this latest district that we built. It's also actually looking fine, honestly. So, no big deal. Upgrading wise, we can upgrade not these guys here. I would like to do this though. So let's just try and get us a brick road all the way up here to the marketplace. Yes, very good. And with that, we do get the 100% coverage, at least on these guys there as well. So all of them want to upgrade. Very good. Let's do this right away. Well, it's the farmer population though that's lacking a bit. So we need to build another farmer district. I think we might actually go ahead with this area. So yeah, let's go ahead and build us a smaller district over here as well. Now I realize, of course, this is not an ideal island to really plant some farmers there. And we're probably just going to temporarily set this up, because this looks like a good area for... Nah, it can actually be like that. It will have a smaller plaza here, probably. Marketplace, you might call it. And then just some houses there. Left and right. And that's probably the end of it already in this area, and then a bunch of blocks as well here. My absolutely favorite road, a dead-end road. You follow along, hoping for the best, and boom, it's out. So this is the way to go. And here we have then also another few houses there. That's actually already more than I need, right? Because now we should be able then to upgrade those guys here. Of course, we're going to get a bit negative now, but that's fine. They're still moving in. And yeah, we're not relying on that many farms. I just want to upgrade them. And these guys here, there's also more farmers. They don't have. There's the marketplace. Yeah, I just hope that this one is doing something now. It is definitely doing something. But I think we need to have the road go like this if we want to upgrade them as well. And this is actually doing the trick. Very good. And with that, we can also upgrade those two people there. It's a bit annoying when you have these tiny spots where someone does not want to upgrade at all. Now, way more important though than these smaller upgrades that we have right now is of course the big upgrades, and that's the investors. And I would really like to jump into that. We can upgrade them and we need the influence as well. So here we go. Ladies and gents, we're going for investor age. It's just going to be interesting what it does with the AIs then as well, because usually it does push them once more. And yeah, let's go ahead with the inner circle here. In that case, that's 200 timber. We cannot afford more than that anyway. At least 60 influence we get out of that though. And the age of big business is upon us. Money-wise, I don't really care that much about the investors at this point. Of course, we are going to need that money, but it's more about the influence that I get right away. Plus, we got 16,000 engineers, and it might help to upgrade a bunch of them, because this will also reduce the stress on the lower goods that we have here. That's canned food, fur coats, that's the sewing machines, stuff that the investors don't need anymore, right? So this is making things a bit easier for them as well. Now, about the filaments that I wanted to go with as well, we are actually rather low on coal. Let's go ahead and build us one more filament factory there. I definitely want to have that surplus production for filaments. It's only equal now. Build the next one there as well. And check out the Docklands. Tobias is still 10 minutes off. This is not good, right? My maximum storage capacity is 175, so I'm definitely going for that. Definitely going to push this up to the highest level here for both of them. And that's of course a few sewing machines left, but we still have 10 minutes left, and sewing machines is almost capped again. So we are still having that nice sexy overproduction that we so need. But about the coal and the iron, it's problematic, right? So I'm already boosting the coal mines. We could still give them electricity somehow, even though that would be hard to achieve because they're all rather spread out. So in that case, perhaps a power plant here at some point would help, but that's it, right? We solely rely on the Docklands for the coal, and there's no way for me to get any other coal in for the moment. It's just not going to happen. Lots of coffee coming in here from Dorothy into the great harbor of Penagos. A bit more timber we have again. Let's continue. More investors. Oh, that's a lot of influence now coming in, and this is really going to help us out. Very good. Also, there it is, our first battleship finally coming out. We are entering a new age with that. Investors and battleships, and all in one episode. Very great. Of course, we need to go a bit to the offensive there as well sometimes, right? And these wooden ships will not do it anymore. So the battleship hopefully is helping us out there a bit. Of course, we will need quite a few of them as well. And with the influence now we have, it might be possible. I still would like to focus though also on my Schleswig-Holstein here. So as we can see, there is a tiny fraction of stuff now coming in. However, of course, we need to wait for another round of Tobias. Importing it directly is also not a great idea. Some of you have been suggesting I should just go for the intermediate products if I want to import the stuff. That is absolutely true. You can do this like dynamite. However, the value, the ratio importing it is infinitely higher, right? So it's multiplied to get this in. It's much better to get the raw materials in and produce it ourselves if we have the workforce and money for that. And of course we have, right? So this is kind of like a compromise that I'm doing here. Getting the raw materials in and producing the intermediate productions then myself, because it's just more efficient this way. Getting dynamite in directly is possible, but it's just way more expensive on my export goods, and we would need more sewing machines, and with that we would need more steel, and we're already pretty well capped with the iron and the coal there, so I need to be careful. Let's not forget that we also wanted to add fish as an export good here. So for clay, I'm going to get the fish in. And yeah, we probably want around 400 clay with the next turn, which would lead to 600 fish. And, well, we could actually try to get the 1,000 fish exported right away. Let's make it 1,100, because then it's absolutely working. That's a lot of clay, and we can do it once, of course. But with that, we will push fish right away, and then can unlock a new export office as well right away. This would be great and fantastic over there. Just out of curiosity, how much fish are we having in surplus here? Only 8. It's not really that much, right? So that is only 160 per cycle. Let's make it 200. Yeah, we would need to build a few more fisheries down the road. I would also probably need to get rid of more workers overall and more farmers. The population right now is actually 12,000 workers, which is quite a lot. However, with the timber that I have, I want to continue, of course, with upgrading more people to investors. And yeah, there's Tobias already, and with that we have upgraded the fish, of course, to the next level here, or to the first level really. I was looking with the soap. Yeah, we probably should export a bit more soap, as we're not that far away anymore. And sewing machine's only 1,500 more tons, and then we can really go for legendary level on it. Perfect. With that, we will be able now to, yeah, continue with the growth of the docklands. Also, timber is in again. That means more upgrading. And I should also look out for my investors. They are a bit unhappy right now. They want a members club, of course. So let's provide this. For that, I need a bit of spacing here. We do have that hospital there that I think is not super required to have in the center. There's also this school, the pub, and the marketplace down there that we absolutely don't need anymore. So let's get rid of the school and the pub. This is already opening up some space here. However, it's a bit of a narrow space that we have. So this is not an area where I probably can add a hospital, so I will need to further change it a bit around here by getting that police station over. This is looking a bit strange there, by the way. Let's move that. Let's move the whole police station district right over here. Why is this not possible? Still some patches of green in here. Hard to see. Alright, there's still some patches of green here. How many more? Try to delete everything in here. This should actually have done the trick now. Oh yeah. Have a look. What's that? Alright, that's just over here once more. The fishery is getting wrecked. I mean, it's a bad timing, honestly, on it. Because we just exported a lot of fish. We're down to 100 tons of fish only. This could actually be problematic for me. I do not have so many ships, but let's send them over. I probably will really need to protect my fishery there this time. It's really a bad timing, like she was waiting for it to export the fish, and now she's attacking to give me the rest on it. Looks like it. Alright, with that we have a bit of space down here now. Perfect. We can actually squeeze in that hospital. And with that have this beautiful juicy area right here in the center. And as we can see, the range is huge. Building this definitely will make my investors like me a bit more, right? There's the member club. It also gives me more coin. That's okay. It halved the unhappiness of the investors, and hopefully further halves it then as well. Let's move some of them over because we probably want to have a tiny park in here. But let's go for the fighting first. Wind direction, we are totally with the wind, that's perfect. There is of course the danger here that he will send in the main fleet, but that's okay. And as we can see, they're already backing off. That was easy. They really don't want to fight us here for fisheries, it seems. It's okay, let's keep the ships actually there. We probably will have to monitor incoming ships a bit more closely. And yeah, based on my experience, I'm very successful with that. So let's just wait it out. Let's have a police station over there for sure, and another one down here. There's a bunch of riots there in the harbor area. Shouldn't be a big problem, actually. We move on with some upgrading once more. A whole bunch over there, and yeah, we do have enough. And Metropolis is upon us. Perfect. A few more here, and also these guys here. Of course, all of these milestones mean one thing, and that we can unlock more things in the investor tab. We already have quite a bit. We are sitting at 3,000 investors right now, and we have a whole bunch of buildings now. I think Champagne would be one of the first ones. However, we don't have any grape fertility here, so this would be another way for my Docklands right away to get cracking here. Cigars and chocolate is another very cool thing. We should look out for a bit more happiness though, and pocket watches would be my go-to here, because this is something that engineers and investors alike profit from. So pocket watches, my total demand of it is right now only 2. So this should be something that we can easily handle, right? Let's also have this whole row here upgraded, so close to the future tourist harbor. We can already go full crazy. And that's actually all the timber again. We are sitting at 340 influence with that. How very nice! And that's just from upgrading those investors. Beautiful houses, more people on the streets than ever. Panagos continues to grow. I especially like now our bigger fountain entrance here with the investors. This is looking really cute overall, and it just fits the theme there. With that, we are also out of reinforced concrete with all the upgrading. I might just check how many or how much of that we produce. It's 4 per minute. It's, yeah, questionable. We could improve that most likely. We have 3 limestone deposits. All 3 of them are being used right now. This should definitely, though, yep, lead to a surplus of 2 that we have. The only problem here would be steel once more. It's all coming back to steel all the time. The problem also is that with the impending introduction of skyscrapers then as well, we need even more steel. And in that case, we are already at the limit for this. So how can we improve this? Of course, items are a good first step towards it. However, we need more coal and iron. It's just going with that. And the Docklands is my go-to here once more. In that case, we are getting 1,800 of coal in. And as we can see, this is not enough. So we are already getting closer there again to 0 with the coal. I need more. We're going to bump it up to 2.5 for each of them. Now this is, yeah, risky, right? Because in that case, we might start now depleting the sewing machines there as well. So I need to counter that somehow. And we could, for example, try to get the soap to something else. So we have the grain here and the pigs. Am I using it for something else? The coffee here is actually fine. I might go ahead now and have a look. How much soap do we have in surplus? Is it enough? It is around 260. Yeah, let's make it 300 tons in surplus that we have. We're using 70 tons here. It could be problematic, but of course I'm still going to try it out. So instead of pigs, we're using the instead of the sewing machines for pigs, we're using now the soap. And in order to get this one in here, it's 1 to 5 and 1 to 4. Let's go ahead and say 750 pigs that we probably need. That's perfect, right? So this is still within range here now to get the 750 in. With that, we alleviate the demand for sewing machines a bit. How many pigs do we need anyway? It's actually 1,000 that we need for each cycle. All right, it's a bit more. Let's go up and go to 1,000. This is now breaking it, right? So with that, we have a bit too much. But in that case, we have enough tallow. The tallow production is there. And I think, yeah, it's also a surplus production. So we can still go ahead with 1 or 2 more slaughterhouses. We have the slaughterhouse here. Let's add another one on the other side of that road here. Oh yeah, let's also upgrade one of these warehouses there, because we definitely will want to have more of that. Sorry, not a new slaughterhouse. We need to build that soap factory over there, right? If we want to get this straight. So this is not even costing me anything that much. We might also go ahead with one more large rendering work over here now, and that's fine. We don't need the slaughterhouse, do we? I mean, sausage-wise, I think we are way too high anyway. We might actually consider dropping one of them. This is still within range, right? And with that, we can actually tone it down on the pig consumption there a bit. I think this is a safe way to go here. And with that, we have alleviated our sewing machines a bit further because we need that. Now, of course, we still need to get that storage in. And for that, we can once again use the docklands because we still have some depot levels left. That is 100 tons each, which is actually not that much. And I think we do have some better storage possibilities here as well. Let's have a look at that. There we have the normal ones. Nope, unfortunately, that's the only ones that we have right now. I thought there was a mod installed for it, but it seems like we need to catch up on this. So let's go ahead and add us some more depots. That's 200 more tons, right? 1,950. And then we're probably also going up with... Let's have this one looking towards that area. That would be now 2,250, which is already pretty great now. But we're still going to need more, I think. Something great is also happening over here in Eli, at Eli's, because with the investors we have now 3 rows of items, right? We had another row in addition here now, or added, and this of course increases the chance of getting great items. And there it is, finally, Chef Michel. I've been waiting for him for quite some time, because that makes my cannery a bit more effective. We can also produce sausage passively, and we also don't need the goulash factories anymore. Let's just check out what else he would have here for us. We have the spectacle factory boost, of course. Anything for steel might always be something that I'd like. And also for harbor masters is important for my turrets. This, however, will be then the pirates business, right? There we have then usually some harbor master bonuses. There's the jewelers, attractiveness, and new input is gold instead of the gold bars. This might also be something for us. Steely-eyed steelsmith is something that I would also like to take in order to boost my furnaces. The cool thing is it's actually also boosting the large furnaces, so my modded building on top of that. Let's get this back home before any battleship comes around. And it's actually looking rather well over there. There is no big ships at the moment from any of my opponents. So they're rather, yeah, going back to their own territory. Perhaps gathering the next big fleet again. Who knows about that? Also, with enough investors moving in, we get the soaring skyscraper unlocked. So skyrise would be possible, and good old Donny is coming back, Donny. And now over here we should have the canneries. There they are, right? We already have the trade union closed, so we can go ahead with Chef Michel now affecting my canneries. Of course, there's some of them still a bit further outside, so let's just make sure that we really squeeze in all of them into one. Yeah, moving it like that is already doing the trick. This completely reduces the goulash consumption now to 0. All of my canneries are now producing pigs, and in addition also produce some sausage out of that. So with that we have a sausage surplus of 11. We can now go ahead and probably, yeah, reduce another sausage factory. We might actually go ahead with 2 of them, and this should still do the trick. It's close. Let's actually go ahead and keep one of them still active there. So 2 of them are now active. Also, very cool stuff. We can get rid of all of my artisanal kitchens. This, well, primarily gives me back workforce and also a bit of money. Plus, we don't need the artisanal kitchens anymore. We also, and that's the cool thing, don't need the cattle farms here anymore. We can get completely rid of them. There is some demand for beef at some point later, but right now that's out of the question, and we can just build a few more well, cattle farms then down the road somewhere else. We can also get rid of my service buildings here, and the 2 upgraded warehouses I'm going to keep for the moment, and we're just going to move them somewhere else to save the building materials on that. And look at the space that is opening up with it. And this is the most important thing about Chef Michel. It gives you space. Not only is the cattle farms gone, but with that we can also, and that's another amazing thing, get rid of the red pepper trade route here. And with that, opening up another export slot. Hooray! Which we're going to need at some point, or actually right now. And we do this in the next episode. Stay tuned.